Okay, so second side. So you set yourself up. Legs are wide. And then you're gonna bring one knee in and you're gonna point your toes and you're gonna turn your shin bone to the floor. And the second leg is the same thing. Clamp it down, shin bone onto the floor. And then if you find your pelvis rolling back, and just take a moment and lift. Sit up straight. And then once you have your base set up, you're gonna find your hand. Pray your hands, take the hammock and cut through it and double wrist wrap. And then once you get that going on, just interlace those fingertips. You're not gripping too tight. Fingers are relaxed, shoulders are down. Elbows are hugging to the midline. All right. So sit in neutral first. Neutral, sit to the midline of your body. Relax the shoulders down. And you're gonna take a long exhale. And then inhale. And then exhale. Okay, so we're going to do our little seated spinal flexion and extension. So slowly, you're going to send your sternum to the front edge of your mat. Again, see if you can find ears in line with your arms. Excuse me. Soften your heart forward. You're looking forward. And just take a moment and see if you can find your ears in line with your arms. The elbows are soft. And then once you hear, it might be too soon, too fast, and this is where you're gonna go, I'm gonna take it slow, right? So the ribs are hugging up slightly. Soften it forward, bellies are hugging up to your lower back. All right, so you're gonna take an inhale. And then you're gonna round on your spine, engage your belly button, exhale, pull the hammock back, stack up your shoulders above your hips. And then inhale, lengthen, look forward, heart forward. Soften those finger grips. Exhale, round. 2 more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round. Pull the belly button in when you look at your belly button. Okay, last one. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale. Okay, and when you're ready, we are going to sit up tall, neutral, and then we are going to take the left hand out, so just a single wrist wrap. Then we are going to come onto our tabletop. So you're gonna fold the legs back. You're gonna walk the hands forward, stack up your arm bone joints, elbows is soft, nice and bent. So I'm directly underneath the plumb line. Sure, my hands is reaching forward with my right hand. Okay, so even up the shoulders across. And then when you're ready, just take an inhale here. And then as you exhale, see if you could lower, sink the chest, the armpit, your right armpit towards the floor. And then pull the hammock down. So here's we're gonna have a shoulder stretch, but don't sag the belly, and right? Get some engagement in your core, your belly is pulling up, your ribs are hugging up. And if the right shoulder is like, oh, so fast, then I want you to back off a little bit slowly. And you're gonna find your arm bone back into your shoulder socket and release the shoulders away. Take a big inhale. And your right elbow is pointing towards the floor, not flaring out to the side. Okay, one more, inhale. And exhale. Soften everything. All right, then slowly stand up. Exhale here. All right, so your feet is actually clamping the block behind you. Left hand to your hips, and you're gonna rotate your arm. Okay, so the right hand is reaching forward. You're gonna turn your right thumb down and open. Palm is facing back. And see if you can take it behind you. You don't have to bend the elbow, just kind of take it behind you, stretching the front of the shoulder head. Left hand to your hips. And then the right palm either probably facing the floor if that's more comfortable. Shoulders are even across, so don't let it zigzag, okay? Soften the right elbow, grow tall, inhale, exhale. Slowly bring the right hand back, so bend those elbows first, bring it back into the front, switch hand, left hand. Okay, and then now back to your tabletop shape. So the right hand is on the floor. Stack up your arm bone joints, take a moment, set it up, and then the left hand is reaching forward, shoulders are even across. Okay, now slowly we're gonna sink the heart, your chest, you're gonna towards the floor. It's down and forward, that feeling. And then find your ears in line with your arm, your left ear. Take a moment. Belly button pull in, ribs are hugging up, shoulders are released away from the ears. 2 breaths here, inhale. So take a moment and maybe like, oh, I'm feeling I'm stretching my armpit. That's a good one. Okay, 1 more inhale. And exhale. All right, and then slowly walk it back, stand up tall. And the right hand to your hips, left hand forward. Open up those fingers, and then you're gonna take it out to the side, and then you take it to the back. Yeah, the left palm is facing to the floor. No shoulder up, release, release. Can you bring your right shoulder next across the collarbone is nice and straight line instead of like zigzagging. Pause for a moment. Release the shoulders down. Soften the left elbow if you tend to lock it. Give it a little micro bend. Give yourself 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. All right, slowly bring the left hand back, bend those elbows first. Take it back to the front. And then we're gonna find ourselves torso lift. Okay, so you can release, let it go. Look at those hands on the floor. Take the block away. And then down dog, transition into your torso lift. Take a moment. Especially you go to vinyasa class and aerial class. The idea I like to think about is that, you know, how do I bring the two together? So not just like, you know, one set, 1 track and 2 tracks separate. Can I bring the 2 track together? All right, once you're here, find your torso lift. Go slow, lean back. And then here, I'm just gonna find myself a chair shape first. I love that one a lot. Sometimes back to the basic is good. And then just take a moment. Ears above your shoulder. Pull your hips back. Hips underneath your shoulder. No flank grips. Maybe even exaggerate your hip back some more. And then if you find this little arch, then soften it all up again. Ribs are down. Back of your neck long. Take a big inhale here. Exhale. 2 more breaths. Can you soften the ribs down some more? Smile. Fingers are relaxed, toes are relaxed. 1 more inhale. And exhale. Okay, figure 4. So we're gonna do your left leg first. So you're gonna bring your right foot a little bit to the midline, so you balance. And you're gonna find your left leg, figure 4. Once you're here, pull your hips back. And the hips are level between the right hip and the left hip. Now this pose, I'm feeling it already in my hips. So go slow, whatever you feel. Give yourself that, allow yourself that moment of saying, owie. And then how do you soften it up? Okay. Now either stay here or we are going to lower onto the right shin bone. Take a moment. And then once you're here, I want you to see if you can land the both shin bone onto the floor evenly. You might need to come underneath your plumb line and both hips are even. The hip bones. Your right butt cheek is not sagging out to the side, right? Always keep to the midline. Press your Back side hips to the front side hip. Soften it up once you get there. No freaking out. Okay, and your shoulders are even, and your rib cage is directly above your hip bone, pelvis. And then slowly, you're gonna let the hammock slide to the back of your heart, but underneath your shoulder blade. Yes. Soften it one more time. And then you're gonna find your gaze upward. So you're gonna open up your hands, walk your fingers upward, the straps. And maybe take a moment, can you find your gaze to your fingertips? Once you're here, soften it some more. Hips are pressing forward. I want you to give yourself 2 good breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Really exaggerate the length of your exhale. One more inhale. Exhale. Okay, crossing at the wrist. Look forward. Belly pull in and see you can get back onto your feet. Chair shape. If you notice sliding to your armpit, adjust it. Oh. Back to your basic chair shape. Second side, left foot a little bit to the right, midline. Right foot is figure 4. One more. Even up the hips first. Inhale. And then exhale. Come onto the shin bone. Adjust yourself so you're not twisted. Is everything hugging to the midline and going upward? Yeah, if your hips are a little bit wonky, take some time to settle down. You should be able to smile in the pose. You should not end up in your face. Okay, so one more breath here. Inhale. Exhale. And then slowly, again, climb the finger up. Find your gaze to your thumbnail. And take a moment, really release the shoulder blade down towards your tailbone. You find yourself flaying ribs. Can you slowly, slightly hug the ribs down? One more. Inhale. And exhale. Okay, crossing at the wrist. Look forward, back onto your feet. Yes. And then now we are going to grabbing on. I'm going to straighten those legs. And then see if you can bring your prayer hands together, like prayer. And then you're going to extend those legs and then the back side hips pressing up to the front side hip. And lift your hips and find your gaze to your thumbnail. Oh, yummy, yummy. Okay, one breath. Keep pressing your feet into the floor. Lift your hips up. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Interlace the hand behind your head. Lift your head first so your neck is not folded in half. And you're gonna bend the knees, standing back up onto our feet, okay? So grab hands grabbing up, bend the knee, and then stand back up. Ooh. And then get a round forward here, step back. Gentle rounding forward. Drop your head, gaze your belly button. Soft bend in the knee. Okay, one more breath, inhale. Exhale. Okay, now slowly, we are going to find ourselves into hip hang. Either A, however advanced version you want to get into, go for it, or B, walk it. Okay, so we're gonna be like hang. Find your way there. Soften yourself once you're here. Hands in front of you, soft bend in the elbow, soft legs, soft everything. So coming into your basic hip hang, at least give yourself like 3 good breaths before you kick it up to a different variation. So either basic hip hang, or maybe you're gonna find your heels above your sitting bone. Super great.
Now let's go bring in the breath. Inhale. Exhale, soften your face. Can you lengthen your exhale? Really hear it. 2 more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Belly button got to pull in. Okay, 1 more inhale. And exhale. All right, now we are going to pop up halfway. So we're going to lower those legs if your heels is above your butt cheek. And then we're going to press up so both hands are on the floor because we're going to be here for a while. So before we go crazy with the head rush, let's go halfway and go easy. So hands are like railroad tracks in front of you or underneath you, or you can see your thumbs. Okay, you're going to pop up halfway, top of push up. You're going to pick the legs up. Okay, and then we're going to come into a side plank. So you're going to take the right hand underneath your nose, left hand, reach up, and you're going to use your legs, kick it, and then turn to the side plank with the right hip at the bottom. Then you're going to reach up some more, and you're going to pick it up and land the hand again. Now take a moment, see if you can stack up your hips. And then I'm going to see if I can find my way into softening here. So maybe I can hold on to the hammock with the left hand. And can you soften in here? Can you soften in here? Soften your head and you're coming to the right elbow. So basically I'm massaging the right hip. Sure, just let the leg dangle, but let's see if you can keep the feet parallel. And then the left hand, go slow, onto the floor. Now the top hip, don't let it come forward. Can you find the hips are stacked and soften into this side bend shape? Pause for a moment. The feet and toes are active. They're just not dangling like dead, right? Okay, so give yourself 2 more breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more inhale. And exhale. All right, slowly. Hands, use the hand to pop yourself back up. Side planking first. And then you're going to come and sit up onto the hammock like a swing. So you're going to pull up and you're going to sit up. Oh. Massage a bit. Okay, inhale and exhale. All right, so we're all sitting up. And then we're going to lean back. So both hands are holding on. Feet are in front of you. Lean back. And you're going to kick with the right leg to the top. So we're going to all facing the screen again. So the right side is up. Bottom side is the left side. All right, so right hand is coming to the same side straps to the left hand side. You're going to slowly lower yourself down onto your side plank on this side. Pause for a moment. So line up your arm bone joints. They're stacked. Feet are active. So take a moment and find a side plank first before we go. And analyze your hips. They're stacked. So not the top hip is not in front of the back, bottom hip. Okay. So the right hand is holding on. Find it. Okay. You're gonna soften the left elbow. Can you like come down to this side now, right? So slide the hand down and you're on the left forearm. I know, right? It's tricky. Okay, really testing our brain here. Okay, keep sliding the right hand down and then see to the right hand on the floor. Yeah, this side is a little bit different. Maybe the legs can come together. So the idea is that I just want you to kind of massage the bottom hip, honestly, with the strap. And you soften the shoulders away from the ears, soften his elbow, soften everything else. Woo. 2 full breath, inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. exhale. Okay, now slowly, you're gonna pop up on your hands so the hands becomes your feet, right? You're gonna straighten those arms. Side planking, right hand grabbing on, and then you're gonna sit back up. Ready? Oh, find it. Yes. Pause for a moment. Sit evenly across. Take a big inhale. Exhale. Okay, one more inhale. Exhale. All right, now we are going to come back to a basic hip hang and just kind of stretch, okay? So both hands are holding on. We are going to turn to kick up the left leg. Let's kick up the left leg. You find it? Okay, you're gonna turn to the right side. Left hand come to the same side as your right hand. Yes, and then you go all the way onto your basic hip hang. And then we are all back into the basic hip hang. Doesn't matter which face, which direction, or you're on a different end, or how you start the class. Doesn't really matter. So I am in the opposite end of how I start the class. So the funky part about this whole zooming aerial class is this: the direction of how you start, where you're at, it's all over the place. It's inevitable. So doesn't matter. What I want you to do is that you will always line up yourself to either end of the mat, right? And always find a Tadasana starting point, like neutral, because that is the best alignment. Because I can't see you, you can't see me. But I think that's the best alignment to give yourself. Like, that's my template. And I will always face either end of my mat. Doesn't matter if I'm facing away from the computer or facing the computer, because that will give you that guideline template, so you're not, all over the place. Okay, so maybe we're all looking at the screen together, and we are back to the basic hip hang. Okay, and then we are going to lower those hands underneath your shoulder. And then we are going to press back first. Straighten those arms, press back, activate those toes at the same time. Okay, and then we are going to take one leg up and one leg down. So look at your toes, and then we are going to take the right foot, lower it down, so you're staying at your right toes. You're going to take the left leg up and out to the side, and then wrap up the strap. So your baby toe side of your left foot. So the left foot is up in the air, right? You're gonna extend to the heel and lengthen, press, press, press. Hands are actively into the floor. So you take a moment and find this feeling of your armpit, growing space in your armpit. And then you find your ears in line with your arms. The right foot is actively kicking towards your nose. And you're gonna slowly extend the left heel, the leg in the air, up to the ceiling. Straighten that. Soften the shoulder, armpit wrapping towards each other. Give yourself 2 good breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Can you lengthen the left leg some more? Okay, one more inhale. And exhale. Soften the left leg, lower back down, shift forward, basic hip hang. Pop up halfway, top of plank. Inhale. Exhale. Kick the feet same height as your hip. Super V legs, toes turned down. You're gonna bend the knees and find both feet actively stepping into the hammock. Hands are active, they're stacked, okay? Now the legs will tend to splay out, the knees. See if you can kind of, hug the knees to the midline of your body. And you're gonna press back one more time. So arm bone joints are stacked, the head is like parallel, their face is parallel to the floor. You're gonna take an inhale here, and then exhale, you're gonna shift back. Now look forward, don't drop your head, look forward. And then slowly, you're gonna find maybe your arm, ears in line with your arms one more time, but your heart, your sternum is shooting forward. And your crown is to the short end of your mat. Feet are actively pressing into the hammock. Give yourself 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Can you find your inner knee like magnetically pulling towards each other? Yeah, one more inhale. Exhale. So the legs are somewhat engaged with by you thinking that way instead of just hanging out, right? Okay, now slowly we're gonna come back to your shift forward, stack up your arm bone joints, take the legs down, back to your basic hip hang. Gonna do the second side. So you're gonna press back, hands are on the floor, you're gonna press back, toes and legs are active. You're gonna lower your left leg, left toes is in front of you, you're looking at your left toes. And the left footprint is like actively trying to put the stamp of the left footprint onto the floor. You're gonna kick up your right leg. You're gonna take it out to the side. You're gonna wrap your baby toe side. Press with the heel, lengthen. Telescope those palms into the floor. Take a moment and create space in your armpit. Ears in line with your arms. Soften the ribs up a little bit. Okay, and continue to lengthen the right heel up to the sky. Soften it up. 1, 2 breath. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. Don't let the hand just come loosey-loosey. Can you feel space in your armpit? One more hand. Inhale. And exhale. Smile. Yes. Soften the right leg back down. Back to your basic hip hang legs. Shift forward. Top of push up. Big inhale here. Exhale. Okay, we're going to turn to face the screen together. So the left hand is underneath your nose. Right hand reaches up. You're going to turn and you're going to sit back up like a swing. Ooh, bicycles like so. So let's pause for a moment. Okay, so one more breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Okay, so one more round this. Now we just massage those hip stuff. So both hands are holding on. Hopefully you can see me. Because when I look at myself, my head is chopped off. But anyways, so you're gonna holding on like a swing, yeah? And we are going to just get an ego legs. So we're gonna kick up the right leg is the top leg. Kick it up. And you're gonna cross starting from the very top of your leg. Ego. You don't have to wind the toes back, but just kind of think about, I'm starting the wrapping of the leg from the very top of the leg, your pubic bone, right? And then your thigh, your mid-thigh, and knee, blah, blah, blah. And if you can manage to wrap your toes, wrap your toes. The hips nice and even. Okay, so we're gonna find a twist to the right. So the right hand is holding on, left hand, let go. You're gonna open up, give it some space so the left hand can come to the front hole. Yeah, and then you're gonna grab onto the same side as your right hand. You're gonna inhale, you're gonna lift, and exhale, you're gonna turn your belly button. And then maybe eventually you will find your left shoulder a little bit, over the strap that's behind you to give yourself that nice twist. Again, lengthen and then turn the belly. So eventually you do your best to find your belly button facing the right strap. Yeah. Okay, so the left hand is holding on and maybe the right hand can come to the back side and grab the strap behind you. And then you're gonna take your gaze to your right shoulder. Finish it off. Back your neck long, belly hugging in. Soften those toes. 2 breaths here, inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. And exhale. Okay, slowly unwind back to your center, sitting like a swing with no legs crossing. The feet are next to each other, the thighs are next to each other, and pause. Now, you're sitting cross and you feel it in the bottom side. Just give yourself that, I missed this. Sometimes discomfort is good, but can you sustain here with the breath? And soften your face. Okay, second side. So both hands holding on again. You're gonna kick up your left leg. Look at your left toes, you find it. Okay, you're gonna cross it over, starting from the very top of the leg. Hips are even. I can sit up nice and neat. Okay, so left hand is grabbing on. You're gonna lean back, and you're gonna take the right hand to the center hole in front of your chest, and you're going to turn. So you're gonna inhale, you're gonna lift and turn the belly button. Then the right hand is the same strap as your left hand. Maybe snug the back shoulder past the strap, your back right shoulder. And once you're here, take a moment, you're not arching your pelvis, right? Neutral pelvis. So right hand is holding on to the strap in front of you. Left hand, you're gonna take back behind you. You're gonna help yourself to turn some more. So inhale, you lengthen. And exhale, you turn the belly button. Turn the belly button. And then you take your gaze to your left shoulder. And then slowly relax those toes. But that doesn't mean you don't relax. Your upper thighs are very kissing each other. Your adductors, legs a kiss. Shoulders are released. 2 breaths here, inhale. Find that gaze to your left shoulder, exhale. Okay, 1 more inhale. And exhale. All right, now we're gonna unwind back to the front. And then we all looking at each other. So for me, somehow my hammock coming back, facing naturally coming back to the side that I started it with. So hopefully yours is too. We're just looking at each other, okay? All right, here we go. So now we are going to, where are my blocks? Okay, I have it with me. So hopefully you have blocks next to you. And we are going to lower the right leg out of the hammock. So you're gonna hold on, like sitting like a swing. You're gonna lean back, slide your butt towards the floor a bit, and then both hands to the left side strap. And then you're gonna swing the right leg out, standing tall, facing one of your short end of your mat into Tadasana. Kapow. You find it? Yes. And slide the hammock down to your mid thigh. So before we begin, find your Tadasana. Yes. All right. Now, once you're here, I'm gonna just take the leg back behind me. So I'm gonna take a moment and I'm gonna slide the fabric kind of supporting my knee and my thigh and my knee a little bit. Or maybe just my thigh. Bend the knee first, sorry guys. Just supporting the thigh. Okay, so last week we did this. So option, I was thinking, okay, if the hammock is a little bit wider, it will support my leg. So when I kind of come into a forward fold, I take the leg back, I have more support with the leg and then it's not so heavy, right? So before we begin, I want you to find Tadasana. You should stand, kind of line yourself up with the plumb line without, you know, to the right, to the left and wiggling, too much wiggling. The right hand side, the right body, the right side of the body, find your Tadasana, meaning your toes are pointing forward, your heel, your hip, your shoulder, your ear hole is stacked on the right side body. Okay, once you're here, we're gonna open up the left knee. So you can just take the hand and just gently just open up the knee. Now you may not go crazy like a frog pose. At an angle, that's fine. But again, the right knee is soft, they're not locked. You find it? Okay. And then we're gonna hinge and you're gonna find a forward fold. So you're gonna bend the right knee first, prepare yourself, and you're gonna hinge at the hips, then you're gonna come halfway. And if you can manage to grab a block, grab a block. This is where a block is good. If you don't need a block, hands on the floor, that's fine. Take a moment, maybe right hand on the block. Soften those elbows, feet are active, toes are active. Now let's see if you'll find your your left hand. Peace sign finger. Can you make peace sign finger with your left fingers? Can you find your peace sign finger to your left a big toe? Now make sure before we go, I want you to look at your right leg. Your right leg, your hips is not swinging out to the side. Meaning, before we move on to the next shape, take a moment and analyze your right leg. Your sitting bone should line up to the back of your heel. And the back of your heel to the bottom of the foot lining up to the second and third toe. You have it? Okay. Now, once you have that peace sign finger with your left hand, you're gonna grab onto your big toe and you're gonna kick it out to the side. Ooh. Soften everything, elbow, and look big, take your heart forward. Yes. Soften some more. 2 breath, inhale. The left foot, the foot in the hammock is active. Okay, one more inhale. And exhale. Okay, soften it up. Bend the left knee one more time. And now we're gonna take the left leg behind us, okay? So grab your block, take a moment, set it up first. Both hands are on the block, you have it? Now we are going to walk the hands forward, straighten the left leg, and then rotate behind us now. You have it? Okay, so hands are on your block, right? So we're gonna take a little hop to the front, right foot, like runner's lunge. Super yummy. Okay, so the left leg is not swinging out to the right, really hug it to the midline. Hands on the blocks, shoulders are soft. Elbows are soft, shoulders are soft, yes. And take a moment, can you lift your belly off your thigh? Look forward, heart forward. And because the hammock has more coverage on your back leg, the leg is sort of inward rotation. Your second and third toe to your back foot is down. Pull your right butt cheek back, even up the hips first. Take a big inhale and exhale. Okay, now we're gonna slide the hands back, front foot off the floor. Half split, but don't let the back leg run off to the side. Zip it up to the midline. So your inner back thigh is pulling towards your front big toe. Feel it? Right butt cheek, pull back. Yeah, heart forward, lengthen. Here we go. Soften it up. 2 breath. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. Exhale. Okay, walk the hands forward and lower the front foot back. And then now you are going to bend the knee. Holy smoke, not very good transition. Just slide it to the ankle. And you come onto the floor. Come onto the floor. Yes. Shin bone on the floor, forearm on the floor, everything on the floor. And just take a moment here. And then, too much hip crease? Yes. I'm gonna come onto the belly. Oh. One hand on top of the other. And take a moment. Find your space between your eyebrows. Alligator pose, and just kind of relaxing here. Press with the heel. Second and third toe turning towards the floor, your back foot. 3 full breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Two more inhale. Exhale.
Fast, good breath. Inhale. Exhale. Okay. Now slowly we are going to find ourselves into some forearm plank. Let's work a little bit. If you don't care for forearm plank, you can hang out here or do your best. Now slowly we're gonna find ourselves into tabletop forearm plank tabletop first. And we're gonna take a moment. And then if you have a block, grab the block and squeeze between your elbows. If you don't have it, then arms are like railroad tracks in front of you. You should be staring the space between your thumb. Okay, now we're not saggy, so you're gonna energize through the long leg, lift the back side, heart forward. Okay, now when you're ready, let's see, you can tuck your right toes. You're gonna lift yourself up halfway, set up your hips. And then you send your leg in and lower the hips. Forearm plank, here we go. Take a big inhale. Deep exhale. Shoulders above your elbow, yes. One more inhale. Hips are in, ribs are in. One more inhale. And exhale. Okay, lower the left leg onto the floor and then press back. Big inhale. Deep exhale. Now, we're gonna kick it up to a different notch. Let's see if we can find it. We are going to come back to a forearm plank and then turn to the right side, to the left side. So the right ankle is at the bottom, okay? So when you are ready, let's set up this way. Maybe this way is easier. We are going to look, arms are at railroad tracks in front of you, yeah? So you're gonna pick up your right hand. You're gonna swing it 45-degree angle, touching your left thumb. The left hand place where the left elbow was. Now, before you go, you're sinking, so I need you to grow your backside. Okay, now as soon as your left leg on the floor, slide into the hammock, you're gonna turn at the same time. Okay, so hands and forearms are active, dome out your back, and then you're gonna send it in, and you're gonna turn. Okay, now don't let the hip sag really lift, squeeze the inner thighs, smile. Take inhale here, exhale, knee to the elbow, tricep, pull it in. Yeah, funky forearm. Okay, inhale. Exhale, straighten those legs back out. Ooh. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze. Now, if your forearm is steady, maybe the left hand can come off the floor. Inhale here. Exhale. Lower the left hand back down. Shoot the leg straight. Come on to the left knee. Press back. Yeah. Take a moment. Then we are going to find ourselves to the right leg. So let's all come back, undo everything. Child's pose, lower everything onto the floor first. Pause for a moment. Belly pull up, inhale. Exhale. Okay. So now we are going to find a right leg into the hammock. Okay, so we are going to probably have to face the other way. Otherwise, we'll all be facing away from the computer. So we're going to come up to your tabletop. You're going to tuck your toes. You're going to find yourself into your down dog. All right, let's see if we can find this. And then slowly, you are going to, yeah, let's do the same side. So let's walk the hands to your feet.
And you're gonna rise up. And then come back here to Tadasana. Find it. Okay, once you're here, let's just face the same side, however you are, wherever you are, that's good. So you're gonna slide your right leg in. Again, Tadasana on the left side. Pause for a moment first. Okay, spread the fabric. Give yourself a good support of your thigh. The knees are bent, Tadasana. And then take a moment, right? So sometimes, I mean, if you look down, your right hip might be like running away from your left hip, and you pull it back. Soft knee in the standing leg. And then slowly, you're just gonna take your right hand and open up the knee. And let's say, oh, it doesn't work right. Line yourself back up to the plumb line one more time first. And just open up the knee. And once you're here, make sure your butt is not sticking out this way. Yeah, stack. Each transition, we think about how the lines are working. Okay, so again, left heel traveling up the straight line, lining up to your sitting bone. And you're gonna find a forward fold here. So you're gonna bend this left knee, hinge at the hips, and then you're here. Either hands, fingertips on the block, hands on the block, whatever works for you. So I'm gonna find my block. Give myself that good support, right? I should feel very easy. Like I can hang out here in 5 breaths with not freaking out. So soften those elbows, heart forward, belly up, shoulders away from the ears. Take a moment, inhale, exhale. Peace sign finger with your right hand. Find your right big toes, wrap around, kick the right leg to the heel, toes front, turn back. Take an inhale, exhale. Soften the shoulders, elbows. One more inhale and exhale. Yeah, check out your left hip again. It's swinging out to the side, right? Your legs are zigzagging. Make sure it's lined up. Okay, one more inhale and exhale. Okay, now slowly we're gonna take the right leg back. So undo the right hand and the toes. Okay, you're gonna walk the hands forward, right leg straight, take it back behind you. Ooh, walk it forward. Hands on your block. Now take a moment and then get some inner leg rotation. So look down to your right leg. If your toes are turning outward, take a moment and get the inward rotation. So meaning take your time and find your second and third toe turning towards the floor. Yeah, once you have that, your left butt cheek, which is the leg in the front, doesn't swing out to the side, right? Pull it back. And then belly off your thigh. Soften, heart forward. You have it? Your hips are next to each other. Can you feel it? Okay, you ready? Here we go. We're gonna walk the hands back, front foot off the mat. Continue to find inward rotation of the back leg. Don't let it do whatever. Even though it's behind you, think about it. And then smile. 2 breath, inhale. Left hip pull forward. So the right thigh, the back thigh is pulling towards the front big toe, the energy. Okay, one more inhale. And exhale. All right, slowly, you're gonna walk the hands forward, lower the front foot. Ooh. And then somehow, find that knee to the ankle. Not the best transition. Then you come onto your shin bone. And then you're gonna press back. Yes.
And then you're gonna back onto your belly. Alligator arms. So even here, slight inward rotation, right? So do your best to find your second and third toe pointing towards the floor. That's the challenging, because we randomly let the back leg hang out. Soften everything up. 2 more breaths here, inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. And exhale. All right, slowly, you're gonna come onto your forearm tabletop. Find your way there. So prepare yourself, forearm like railroad tracks in front of you, right? And then you're gonna pull up. But before we begin, take a moment and make sure your shoulders are stacked above your elbows. Don't let the elbows roll out. Again, you can use your block and just kind of hug it, right? To guide your arms. The knee here in the back, energize, activate, press through the heel, feel the back thigh lifting. And then when you're ready, forearm plank, sliding your left foot into the hammock. So come up halfway, set up your hips. Yeah, the leg on the floor always give you that leverage, right? Set up your hips first before you slide the leg in. Because sometimes we're always in a hurry and then hips are all zigzag. Okay, so the hips are even, and then slowly find your way, sink the hips, ankle, hip, belly up, shoulders forward. Yeah. 2 breaths, inhale. Exhale. 1 more inhale. Press the forearm into the floor and lift the shoulders upward. Okay, 1 more inhale. And exhale. Okay, lower the left leg. Actually, right leg, sorry. Right leg. All right, you guys ready? So now we are going to face the other side, but that's okay. Same idea. But if you want to face each other, you can pick it up and then turn yourself around. You guys want to do that? So let's do it. So here we go. So come on to your right toes, tug it, press up, down dog. And then you are going to take the right foot to the inside of the right thumb, runner's lunge. Ready? Walk the hands to the left, swing. Ooh, now you're on the other side. Back onto your shin bone. All right, I think it works. Okay, so forearms like now we can look at each other. So forearms like railroad tracks. You're gonna take your left hand to the right, touching your right thumb. And then you are going to tuck your toes, right toes, lift up. Yeah, and you're gonna send yourself into your, oh, sorry, coming back to your shin bone, sorry. Right hand comes to where the right elbow is. Yes, we're gonna set up the arm first. And before you go, dome up your back. Yeah, and then you're gonna tuck your right toes, you're gonna lift up, and you're gonna slide your foot in and turn to facing the computer. And face. Yes. Strong arm. Can you turn some more? Big inhale. Exhale, knee to your tricep. Maybe the right hand can come off. Take an inhale. Exhale, shoot the leg straight back. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze the legs. Maybe hands off the floor. Lift, lift, lift. Pull the hammock down with your ankles. Can you find your collarbone wide? Big inhale through the nose, smile. Exhale. Lower the hands, shoot the leg straight back, facing the floor again, and then lower the right leg. Lower the left leg. Child's pose. Woo. Shoulders release away from the ears. Soften everything up and give yourself 2 good breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. Exhale. All right. So we are all facing the other end. I mean, whatever you are. So you're gonna find yourself into a down dog. And you're gonna walk your feet to your hands, and then you're gonna get yourself into a back straddle. Okay. So when you're ready, you're in child's pose. You're gonna inhale to your tabletop. You're gonna tuck your toes. Exhale to your down dog. Always find a long breath to go with your down dog. And then, sure, take one breath here. And then when you're ready, you're gonna find your feet to your hands. You're gonna get a half lift with the inhale. And you're gonna exhale, you fold. Inhale, arms reaches up, standing tall. Find your gaze, your thumbnail, and then exhale, hands in front of your heart center. Pause and smile. Right back to your normal. No head rush. And then when you're ready, back straddle. Yeah. So find it. So we are gonna find ourselves into back straddle. Oh yes. Ta-da. We are going just to hang. Let the hammock massage our back side. Soften everything, including the space where your hammock is hugging you. Then slowly find your way to the sound of your breath. And even sometimes I like to take my hands to my rib cage just to kind of teach myself like no flaying ribs. Even though naturally it will arch a bit in your spine, but you know, no flaying ribs. Wiggle those toes and make sure the hip crease is nice and even between the left and right side. One more inhale. Exhale. Now, sometimes I like to test the theory of principles of basics. Especially now, right? We haven't gone to like aerial class like ages. And sometimes when we do so much, we go, oh, we gotta be creative. This pose, that pose, this pose. But you know what, today, let's test the principle of basics. Let's just find a pigeon. Both hands to your hips. Left leg out to the side. Ooh. Bend the knee, left knee bend. Rotate. Pigeon with the left leg behind you. Now I want you to take a moment and just kind of let the leg drop first. Inward rotation. If your leg is back here, ooh, go slow. Find your right hand, wiggle your right fingers. And then you're gonna come and touch your thigh, your back leg, the thigh with the back leg. And you wanna remind yourself, find that thigh rotating towards the floor.
Yeah, let's think about that. Okay, and then once you everything is in place with your leg, and then just arm, I just let the arm go easy. Let the arm go easy. Feel in your lower back. Feel it in the space where the hammock is hugging your back. Soften it up. And you find softness in here. Give yourself 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Two more inhale. Toes are not freaking out. They are very soft. One more inhale. Exhale. All right, now let's do the other side. So slowly bring the back leg to the front. Go slow. And both hips are nice and even. One more time before we take the right leg out. There we go. Wiggle your toes. All right, and then the right leg out. Bend the knee and slowly invert rotation of the leg. Let that leg drop first. Left hand, find your left fingers, wiggle in front of your eyes. And then the left hand, touch your back thigh, the right inner thigh. And then like remind yourself, this thigh gotta come towards the floor first. Hands to your rib cage, soften it up, and breathe. And even here, you can kind of notice different thing like, okay, if I breathe, my rib cage is expanding outward evenly. And then as I exhale, they hug in evenly too. So 2 more breaths, inhale. Exhale. One more. And you finish. All right, now slowly bring the back leg back to the front, back to your basic back straddle. Feet are touching. Wiggle, wiggle. Okay, so let's find a stretch here. I like this one a lot. So the feet can be like butterfly legs. And you're gonna find your hands underneath your shoulders, like, pick up the back of your hand and just kind of land them. So you're directly underneath the plumb line. You're hanging, yes. And elbows are not bowing to the side. Let's find parallel arms, parallel hands, parallel wrists, parallel elbow, parallel shoulders. Okay, and then now you're directly underneath the plumb line. You're not pushing with the hands. They're just placement on the floor. Now you're gonna walk your fingers towards the back of your head. Lightly. So the fingertips are not like heavy and gripping and dumping and muscle weight in here. Can you gently, softly keep walking the hands, the fingers, not the hands, the fingers away from the plumb line to the back of your head. It feels like my fingers just keep on walking. So in the beginning, when you first get this shape, you're like, oh my God, this is so hard. So if you're here with owie, soften it up and then walk some more. So we're opening like the shoulders, the armpit, the back of the armpit, this whole part right here. Ooh. Okay, once you reach your range, maybe you pick up your head and look forward. Try to look towards your thumbnail.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then maybe now you want to press your hand into the floor and straighten those arms. Can you find it? Ooh. Oh, yeah. It's kind of like a backbending arm shape. So you're going to pick up your head, ears in line with your arms. Maybe inching those hands in the palms away some more. So whatever you pick for yourself is got to be easy. No flank ribs, soften the face. 2 breath, inhale. Exhale. One more. Finish your exhale. Sometimes the shoulders are uneven too, right? So do your best to even it up. All right, slowly, softly, bend the elbows and then bring your hands back underneath your head. And then slowly, we're gonna come back up. So look up to your belly button, grabbing on. We're gonna come up halfway, unhook the legs. Ooh, go slow. And then take a moment. We are parallel. Elbows are soft. Shoulders not up the ear. Just take a moment and hang out here. Maybe extend the legs up and just kind of wiggle those toes. Draw some circles with your ankles. Bring some blood back to the other direction. All right, so when you're ready, maybe you can find your way into a camel pose. So meaning you're going to find a heart lifting. So reach your up high, hand higher, and you're going to slide the hammock along your back side. And then you're going to take the knees behind you and then land on the shin bone. And then slowly find another soft heart opening. You don't have to tilt the head back if you don't want to. And then when you're ready, you're gonna grab onto the hammock with both hands, slide the elbows to the inside, and hammock off your back. Right, and then slowly find your way back to child's pose. And then take a moment, find grounding. Okay, and then slowly you're gonna find your savasana, so meaning on the floor. Okay, so you can just sit back, and then you're gonna get on your back. Go slow. And if you want to, you can hook the legs up, right? You guys know what to do, or not. But whatever you do, gotta be easy. Let's say you're struggling. Where's my block? There we go. Soften everything up. Knees are soft. Everything's soft. Slowly relax those toes. Maybe sometimes you can bring your big toes and your second toe, you know, the strap between your toes, so then your feet, your legs doesn't have to work too hard. But the knees are micro bend. Make sure they're not locked, because you're gonna be here for a while. And sometimes we just unconsciously get into the knee lock mode if you are a hypermobility kind of person. Inversions are good. 5 full breath here. Take a long exhale. Inhale. One. Two.
3, 4, and 5. And slowly bend the knees first. Lower one leg at a time. Whew, that was good. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Okay, so slowly we're gonna find ourselves back to sitting up. Move slow. And that was good. Now, and you can sit back up on the block if you want to. And bring your other favorite leg in the front. Wiggle it up if you want to. Sit to the midline. And hands in front of heart center. Okay, let's do 3 breaths together. Okay, so inhale, grow tall. Keep the height. Exhale. Inhale, again, lengthen. Your spine, crown reaching up. Exhale, but don't deflate. Right, hold your space. Again, grow tall. Last one, inhale. Hold your space. Exhale. Okay. And then thumbs to your third eye. And thank you so much for tuning in. Awesome. I hope you guys find it different. And we'll see you do it again until it's no longer possible. Cool?
Yeah, thank
Thanks,
you.
guys.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye.